What up? What up? What up, world? How's everybody doing on this week 7 by NATO, by apocalypse, whatever the hell you want to call it? How's everybody doing today? We're going to start off your week 7, trying to get you guys the last second start sit, inactives, actives, things like that. We'll go over that more when we get to 11:30. My name's Classic Mike, or Mike. I'm here to help you guys right now. Rasta might be coming in a little bit later. But for now, I'm here to help you with any of your start sit questions. If you can see below me, we have a little ticker just going over the, players expected to play, guys we're going to be tracking, and, some game time calls for either the early or late window. I'll go over a few right now while we're on, just to kind of get you guys an idea of, what we're looking at. Oh, we got a question to start us off early. What's going on, Dog Martin? How you doing, man? So we have Robert Woods or Chase Edmonds versus Houston. And it's half PPR. For half PPR and the matchup, they're both really good. So you're in a really good place during this week. I'm gonna have to go with Chase Edmonds. I know this is a revenge game for Matthew Stafford, but for a game versus Houston, they're gonna probably be up. That over under, if I remember correct, is like 17, or not the over under. The spread for the game is like 17, and all in favor of Arizona. I see a heavy run game. I'm gonna stick with Chase Edmonds. So. Hopefully that's helpful for you. If you have any other questions in other leagues, let me know as well. So like I said, we're going to be going over start sits. We're going to, I'm going to give you guys my best, take on players that are going to be playing or not playing today. One of them was Chase, but he's going to be playing today. Players expected to play. We got Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. Both were a little nicked up, but they're going to be playing. Antonio Gibson with his stress fracture in his shin. Just be wary about this. It's something that, everyone needs to be aware of. And there's a good possibility, like last week, he could re-aggravate during the game and could knock himself out. So, just be aware of it. It is not something, the team is kind of, I was listening this morning to somebody that was, I think it was Stefania Bell, was basically saying that the team is being run by a bunch of interns compared to, all their top, top physical therapists and so on, because they're under investigation by the NFL. So right now, what I would really, I would caution people from using him, but if you have no other option, he's still going to be out there and he's still going to be playing. Terry McLaurin is another guy that we expect to play, but he is off the injury report, so he should be fine. Dallas Goedert, he'll be good. Chase Edmonds, same thing. Sony Michel, DeAndre Swift, Damian Williams, who just came off the COVID list, he'll be there. My brother would yell at me, but not a skill player, but a very good player. Quentin Nelson is coming back. He'll be available for tonight's Sunday night game, so that's good for Jonathan Taylor owners and Carson Wentz and that whole offense. He brings a lot to that team. And also in that Sunday game, we get to see Jimmy Garoppolo come back after being out for some time, and no Trey Lance to kind of nip at his heels. So hopefully this is a game where he can produce and make himself known. That's his biggest thing, is he wants his job. So. We'll go from there. And another name is Allen Robinson. They have a game in the late window. He is playing, but it's one of those, I got the report this morning that he's playing. So we'll see. Right now, it looks like another guy that we were going to discuss at one point is Evan Ingram. He is currently on the field in pregame and no wraps or anything. He looks good, ready to go from one of the sideline reporters. So he will be in for today. So that's a good sign for the Giants, who are currently down a ton of receivers and other offensive weapons. They are down as of right now. Saquon Barkley, Kenny Galladay, Kadarius Toney. Sterling Shepard's going to be a game time decision, so we'll have to wait until the inactives to know for sure. We also have Darius Slayton, who we're not. He's more on track to play than Sterling Shepard, which is never a good thing. I'm rooting for Shepard to be out there. I got to play him this week, so I'm hoping that ends up happening. I can go over a few of the inactives for today. For the Washington game, we have William Jackson, who was just considered out this morning. He is the Washington football team's corner. They only have one other viable corner that's been a starter. The other three have not played a defensive snap all year. Green Bay is currently healthy, so load up your Green Bay Packers. Just anyone on the offensive side. Adams, Rodgers, you're more than happy playing all those guys right now. For the Giants game, Terrace Marshall and Shaq Thompson are out for the Carolina Panthers. We have, like I said before, for the Giants, we have Saquon Barkley, Kenny Galladay, and Kadarius Toney. They are all inactive at this point. For the Jets-Patriots game, the only one that's viable, the only one that people would care about is Tyler Kroft. He is inactive today, but you're probably not going to be playing him. For the Falcons game, there's no one that's inactive as of yet that we care about. For the Tampa Bay game, we do know that Antonio Brown, Levante David, and Rob Gronkowski and Richard Sherman are all out for this particular game. So be aware of this. This will increase, usage for guys like Chris Godwin, OJ Howard, who had a really good game last week. So just be aware of those particular guys. Other guys that are out are, I forgot to mention for the Washington football team, Curtis Samuel. It also looks like Taylor Lewan is going to be out after that really bad concussion that he suffered. So hopefully he's okay. He will not be in this game. For the later games, we're still moving on to guys that we're watching. We also know for the Indianapolis Colts that Jordan Wilkins and T.Y. Hilton are both going to be out. We know for San Francisco that Trey Lance is going to be out. And for the New Orleans Saints, we know that Deontay Harris is going to be out. So that gives a little bit of a push up to Callaway. So if you're looking to use him, he will be a very, active player. I think the biggest news that we had was Darren Waller. He's currently, he came in with a question mark as of yesterday. From what I keep reading, it's his ankle. He doesn't feel great from what I hear. So he might be on the wrong side of active. So you're going to have to wait until about 2:30, 3 o'clock Eastern to find out if he is even going to go. So I would have a backup. I'm in this particular predicament. I have Darren Waller, and I have 3 or 4 other tight ends. This is my dynasty team that are on bye. So I have to find a replacement. I ended up grabbing, first I grabbed Foster Moreau, which is his backup. He's actually a viable option. He's a little more touchdown dependent, but he's not Darren Waller, but he can be serviceable for this particular week. Another guy that I grabbed was OJ Howard, just in case. He is questionable, but I feel more confident with him than I do most others. So I'm going to see how see how pregame is. I can always switch out if need be. So for right now, that's what I got to deal with. You guys have probably the same, problem. A lot of people have Darren Waller and wondering what to do. It's unfortunate. It's a late game, makes things a little bit more complicated, but there should be plenty of options, that are out there. You could be going for Mo Alley Cox, Ross Dwelly in the later games. After that, you could be going for, let me see, Cole Kmet if he's on the waivers. I'm trying to think. There's not many others after that. You can probably Jawan Thompson. You could probably pick up for New Orleans, or one of the tight ends for the Seattle Seahawks. Gerald Everett might be there. Will Disley, someone like that. You could probably pick up if you have no better option, and waivers are a little scarce. Just because of the Bonito and Bipocalypse, whatever the hell you want to call it, for week 7. So we're in the middle of it. It's going to be a rough week for everybody. Hope everyone has their teams and lineups set the way that they want. I know that, for now, let me actually, while we're waiting, let me get this up so that we can do our shameless plug real quick. Good old Underdog Fantasy. We have been partnered with them for a while. They've been doing great things. They are currently one of the better sites for sports betting. Make sure you guys use the promo code GETRIGHT, and you'll get an extra $10. After your first deposit, and you can use that with anything. They do a lot of pick'em games where you can pick against the stats. For players, you can parlay it up to 20 times your, the amount that you put in. I don't suggest it, but you can try. There's other things like, they do other sports too. They do golf, they do baseball, they do basketball. So they're all in there. Give them take a look. I love the site. I've been using it. So, good luck there. So, like I said, we're just waiting for Inactives to come. We got about another, 18, 20 minutes, something like that. We're just waiting for teams to start having their reports come in for Inactives and Actives. We kind of rolled through a couple of those right now. I'm stuck with situations where I'm waiting for the Sterling Shepard news so that I can make adjustments to my team. I'm faced with either Shepard or Mecole Hardman, so hopefully I can get something out of that. What's going on, Cody? How you doing, man? Oh, this is my goats. What's up? Jimmy G or Danny Dimes? Oh. Well, the one thing about that I can tell you about the San Francisco game, apparently it's going to be 20-mile-an-hour winds with downpour, and it's going to be a cruddy game out in San Francisco. This is Cody is Magoats. He's one of our ambassadors. He is, he's been doing his, Magoats interesting fact of the day. I'm sorry, buddy, I didn't have it up. Let me bring it up. This morning. But to answer your question, I'm going to stick with Danny here, even though I don't really love the matchup. Jimmy's isn't the best either. They're going to be in really cruddy weather. And from what I can tell, I would be a little bit more comfortable playing in a better scenario. I mean, I'm out in New York today, and it's a beautiful day. I think they're playing at home. Let me double check. Yeah, they're playing at home back in MetLife. So, honestly, it's one of those things where I would be a little bit more comfortable playing Danny Dimes than I would Jimmy G, just because of the weather and things like that. I mean, the Colts, if this was a normal weather game, I would be saying Jimmy. But for the fact that we're well aware it's going to be really crappy, I'm going to go with Danny Dimes here. So, and don't stress, man. We know everyone has lives. We do this all. I know you do a lot to help us out with that type of stuff. Don't stress. It is all good. Actually, I have it right here in front of me. Let's see what we got. So, the Chargers were the number 1 offense and defense in 2010, yet missed the playoffs. That's incredible. And I remember that year and how good they were. That's incredible. So that is Magoat's interesting fact of the day. Just so everybody is aware, I got Wilson helping me out on the app. and he's helped me out with injury news. Let's see if he added anything that I'm not aware of. No, added to, yep, not feeling great. So, other guys that we were a little unsure of coming into this was AJ Brown. He is okay. They said he's off the injury report. He feels tons better than he did. So we'll see. Also, remember for the Ravens game, we have Sammy Watkins, who's going to be out. That means Rashad Bateman has an opportunity to step up in this particular game against Cincinnati. Cincinnati's defense is, they're not horrible. They're a little underrated compared to most, in my opinion. Right now, they're currently, where are they? They are 11th against the wide receiver. So, they're not horrible against wide receivers and, offenses in general. So be aware of that going into it. All right. So, like I said, we're just waiting. We got another about 15 minutes till we get the actives and inactives. Like I said, if there's any people that I've missed or that I've been talking about, they're going to be coming through on the thread over here. So make sure you guys check that out. Something new that me and Ant found the other day. Figured we'd take advantage of using it. And I could probably take Evan Ingram off, but that's fine. Like I said, we're just waiting for that list. Once I get that list going, I'm going to throw it up on the tracker so that you guys are aware of who's active and who is not. If you guys, like I said, if you guys have any more questions, let me know. I'm here to answer them. That's what we're here for, to help you guys get your team ready for today. Guys that we know that are playing today, like I said, it's showing on the ticker. But Tyreek Hill, I think, is one big question mark that people have. I have that question. I have Tyreek in one league. I'm going to be playing him, but do I feel comfortable? No. He actually played less snaps than Demarcus Robinson, and Mecole Hardman. So last week. So I feel a little more comfortable with Mecole Hardman today. If you have that option, I'm playing. I have the choice of playing him or Sterling Shepard. I'm waiting to see for what the call is, if Shepard's playing or not. If Shepard's playing, I feel more obligated to play Shepard. Just being that target hog, and if he's ready to go, he'll be ready to go. They've showed that. As it shows on the ticker, we have a lot of tight ends that are a problem in that late window with TJ Hawkinson being out. Ooh, my buddy Christian, what up, man? If Shepard is active, playing him afraid, like Tony last week, he was active but injured. Yeah, I feel a little more confident with Sterling Shepard if he's playing. I mean, it's the hamstring, so he probably tweaked it a little bit in practice. It's really according to your other options. Like I have Mecole Hardman that I'm going to be having to think about in this particular game, but I feel a little bit more confident with Shepard. But I don't know. Shepard he'll do the intermediate routes. He's not going to go downfield. If it's PPR, I'm sticking with Shepard. If it's anything other than PPR, I might move on and move play with someone else. Could he re-aggravate? Yes, but hopefully, we've seen him play through injury before and he's been okay. Hopefully they, monitor it and, stay on top of him to, keep him moving. But I don't know. It's a tough question, man. I know me and you care much about this and hope. I can't even tell you, man. I'm playing Carolina's defense today. I just don't feel confident in our line, and it's tough. Yeah, I only got Waddle for Shepard, also Collins Monday night because he is questionable, or Gaskin. Ugh. I would like Waddle right now over Shepard. Alex Collins, they said he is playing from the reports I get. Let me just double check my work here. Remember getting it yesterday saying that Alex Collins is playing? Yeah. So I got the report yesterday saying Alex Collins will play Monday night, Pete Carroll says. I don't know if he'll be limited or not, but he's going to be playing. So, you know, and I have Gaskins as well, man. So I have to play Gaskins. I have no other choice. If this is your flex and you got to pick between Waddle, Shepard, and Collins, I'm going Waddle for sure. I feel a lot more confident in Waddle than I do Shepard. Waddle's not hurt, and he has a pretty good connection with Tua. So, you know, that's where I would go with that, especially if you're going to be flexing Shepard, and those are your other options behind him. I would be more confident in Waddle over that. So definitely Waddle. So we got another 10 minutes or so till we get inactives. Oh, of course. Anytime, man. That's what I'm here for. You can always reach out. I'm always on here. You can text me. I'm always around for you. Always here to help out anybody that needs it the best I can. You know, hopefully you're able to survive this week, you know, and have good options. You know, I have about half. I looked at all my teams, and I have at least, you know, out of a 6-person bench, I got 4 or 5 guys on the bench this week. You know, and I had enough on my team that I didn't have to go through waivers and find a bunch of guys. You know, I just kind of had. You're basically just using your current, you know, whoever you picked up as depth, and you're just trying to fill in with who you can. You know, my wide receiver one is T. Higgins this week, and unfortunately I don't like it, but that's what I got to deal with. You know, I'm playing him, Jacoby Myers, and Christian Kirk. I mean, I don't have better options out there, and there is nothing that I can find that can, you know, be better. Thankfully, I have Stafford playing that can help a little bit. Joe Mixon, that'll be helpful. But my running back too is Gaskin, and I'm not comfortable at all. Hopefully, you know, if we see this good bad streak. Hey, Wendy, how you doing? I haven't seen you forever. I hope everything's good out there. Corey Davis or Ramondre Stevenson. I would lean towards Corey Davis, but that matchup last time was brutal. And I feel a little bit more confident with Stevenson getting touches than I do Corey Davis, just in the concept that I think that Belichick will make Zach Wilson a little bit more uncomfortable. I will say as a caveat, he did have the bye week to kind of just prepare for the Patriots so that he doesn't throw 4 interceptions again. But if the Patriots are up, they're going to be running the ball with Stevenson and Harris. And I would exploit the Jets matchup as much as possible. CJ Mosley is also out for the Jets, so I feel a lot more comfortable playing Stevenson than I do Corey Davis. So hope that helps you, Wendy. Hopefully you win your week. I know how competitive you guys are in that league. So hopefully you can win a week, and, you know, we'll see. So hope everything's good out there with you guys. So I'm right in Middle Island right now, so I'm actually pretty close. I drive by you guys a lot when I go to Sam's Club. So hope everyone's doing good. So like I said, we got about 5 minutes left till we get inactives. And like I said, once we get those going, I'm going to have them on the ticker. No problem, brother. Anytime, like I said, hit me up anytime you want. You guys have my cell, so hit me up. And you can always reach me out here. I'm always going to be here every Sunday, 11 o'clock to 12:30. So always reach out here. I'm also on my show at 12:30 at night, as Christian has seen, up till 4 a.m. So anytime you guys need anything, let me know. So like I said, we're just waiting. Like I said, big news with the Darren Waller. We're still waiting to see what's going on with him. Oh, Want to know your thoughts on a trade I did. Traded away CMC for Hunt and I like that. I like that trade a lot. So me and Anthony have been having a lot of conversations lately about CMC and so, and all this stuff. And he mentions him as a player that is untradeable unless you can give a king's ransom. And honestly, I feel more comfortable trading away CMC and getting a guy like Hunt and James Robinson. I feel like it's more consistency. If you have a guy like CMC who's only going to be there for 3 games a year or less or more, to the point of like 6 games or something like that. So let's just say you have Christian McCaffrey for 6 games compared to James Robinson throughout the year, scoring maybe 3 or 4 points less, well, not 3 or 4, but like 8 points less than Christian McCaffrey would, but still scoring about anywhere between 15 to 20 points a game. I would feel more comfortable holding on to guys like Hunt and James Robinson than holding a guy like Christian McCaffrey, who will keep coming in and out with soft tissue. We know he's out for at least another 2 weeks. Even, just with being on IR. When he comes back, there's no guarantee that he won't tweak something again or tweak that particular injury. Hamstrings are incredibly tricky. Ask Julio Jones, who keeps coming in and out. So just be aware of that. But I love this trade. I think you got the winning end of the trade here, in my opinion. When Hunt comes back, he is a force to be reckoned with, especially in PPR. And I'm just a really big fan of James Robinson in general. I'm glad that Urban Meyer finally has seen the light and knows that James Robinson is worth it. So, yeah, no problem, brother. Like I said. Like I said, guys, we got 3 minutes till we got actives and inactives. So make sure you guys throw your questions up. I'll do my best to answer them the best I can. So we got guys that we're looking at right now. We're looking at for Sterling Shepard to see if he's going to be active in the early window. Some guys we're going to have to wait on until the 3 o'clock window is Darren Waller, OJ Howard, and TJ Hawkinson. All 3 tight ends we're gonna have to wait on. So make sure you guys have options. Like I said, there's a few in that late window that you can go to if you really need to. Like I said, Foster Moreau for the Raiders isn't a bad option. He's more touchdown dependent. He's not really like Darren Waller that's going to get you 10 targets or more. You can try Cole Kmet if he's there, Cameron Brate if he's available. The Houston backfield for the tight ends, you can grab probably Jordan Akins. He would be the best option. Ross Dwelly, you can grab. He might be a good option with the rain and, the bad weather out in San Francisco. Arizona, there's no one else really. You can try to do the Jack Doyle / Mo Alley Cox. I like Mo Alley Cox better. So. Oh, nice. So welcome, Cody's cousins. Hope everyone's doing well today. Hope you guys enjoy what I have to say. Hopefully it's helpful. If you guys have any questions, please ask. I'm here for you guys. I do this for you. I don't do this for me. I do it for me a little bit, but I do it for you guys more. I'm here for you to help you with your lineups. So make sure you guys throw your questions up if you have any. I'm here until 12:30. If we get a ton of questions moving past 12:30, I'll stay on for a minute or two. But I'm just here making sure you guys get the information that you need. We should have inactives right now. It's 11:30, so we should be getting our fair share of actives and inactives rolling through as we speak. Hopefully I can get them to you guys before others so you can go fix your rosters and be ready to go. So just waiting on those as we speak. I got my TV on. I got a few other things up. I use an app that's pretty good at getting me information very quickly. So once I get that information, you guys will get that information. And I'll make sure that I have it on that little ticker that's below so that I don't have to keep going over it. And you guys can see it at the bottom. So once we get that information, you'll have it. Just praying that Sterling Shepard is active today. That's my big hope. Like we said, the one guy that we know that will be active is Evan Ingram. They said that he is on the field pregame workouts, so he's good. Oh, getting the list right now. So we already know about William Jackson and Curtis Samuel for the Washington football team. Cam Sims is also going to be inactive. Brandon Sharif and Jace Sternberger. So that's a lot of guys out for the Washington football team. I'm not going to add all those guys to my list, but I will be making sure. Yeah, we will be. We will be. Hopefully not, though. So Jets inactives are coming in right now. We already knew of a few. Tyler Kroft, CJ Mosley, he will be out as well for the Jets. No one else that really matters at this point for the Jets. Patriots Christian, if you're still on, get Ramondre Stevenson out and put Corey Davis in. Ramondre Stevenson is inactive. That's kind of big news. Everyone has been predicting him as being the guy to play today. But make sure you guys get Ramondre Stevenson out of your lineup. He is inactive. Also, Dante Hightower is also inactive for the Patriots as well. So make sure you get Ramondre Stevenson out, please. Just, Christian, make sure you get back to me here to make sure you got that. I'll make sure to text you too to make you aware of that. If you're not aware of that already, just make sure you get Ramondre Stevenson out of that lineup if you have a minute. Yeah. I wonder why too. I'm assuming that Brandon Bolden is fine. So, make sure you get him out of the lineup. So, okay, glad you got that information. I hate saying one thing and then something like that happens. So, right now the biggest inactive that I have is Ramondre Stevenson. It looks like Devontae Parker is also going to be inactive today. So make sure you have Devontae Parker out of your lineup. Means Jalen Waddle will be somewhat, viable today. Well, he's been viable for a little bit. Looks like A.J. Brown is active for the Titans. And it looks like Julio Jones is also active for the Titans, which I'm a little shocked about. He will be in there. So that will be helpful for Ryan Tannehill today. So, like I said, I'm just trying to get all these actives and inactives up for you guys. So working a little bit. So if I don't see your question, perfect. I'm glad you got them out. Thank you. I'm glad you got it. Unfortunately, Christian, looks like Sterling Shepard is out today. Darius Slayton is in. Colin Johnson and Dante Pettis and Davis Stills will be the wide receivers available today for the Giants. So it looks like Sterling Shepard will be inactive today. At least I have a backup. Yes, I'm not going to put your quote up, but I agree with you. You can't make this stuff up, people. You can't make this stuff up. It's a shame. So make sure you get Sterling Shepard out of your lineup if you had him in it. He'll be inactive today. I guess the only plus is I can use him in my IR spot. It looks like Antonio Gibson will be active today. So we already kind of knew he would be playing, but good to get confirmation that he will. But he's continuing to nurse that ankle injury. It's going to be bothering him for a while, so just be aware of that as well. I'm now faced with a dilemma myself, playing a guy like Evan Ingram or O.J. Howard in the late window. Hopefully We'll see. Yeah, I guess Wilson might not be a good option. So like I said, we're just waiting for more inactives and actives. For now, I'm just going to put up what I got so you guys have that particular list available to you. So like I said, we have we got more coming through. Sterling. So we have Evan Ingram. He will be active officially. So at least we have Evan Ingram in there, which is better than not having him in at all. So that stinks. That stinks. Being a Giants fan, hearing that. But there's not much we can really do about it. We can just go with the flow and adjust and adapt. So just working on getting you guys the inactives and actives. Make sure you guys have Ramondre Stevenson out of your lineup. Looks like Tyreek Hill is active, which we already kind of knew from the beginning. I'm adding him right now to the list. Darius Slayton is active as well, as I said before, for the Giants. So he is active, but unfortunately, Sterling Shepard is not active. Let me see if there's anyone else that we need to worry about right now. Tevin Coleman, we already knew. Field Yates, you are something. So let me get this up for you guys. Let me just do some switching around. So we got the actives and inactives below. So if you need any help, they're right here, right below me. They will be coming through every so often. But if you guys have questions, please reach out. I'm here for you. I'm here to help you out. Yeah, we got a long day ahead, brother. But I'm more thankful that that Evan Ingram's there at least. At least, Danny will have a little bit more help. But like I said, I'm playing Carolina's defense this week, and I don't feel right doing it, but it is what it is. I got to win. I'm 1-5 facing the best team in our league. So desperate times call for desperate measures. So got to do what you got to do, right? Hopefully, well, it just makes it a little easier for you to make your lineup choice for today. Since we know the inactives and actives for you there, Christian, I'm sticking with Waddle with Parker out. That kind of helps you a little bit. So I'm just really waiting now for Shepard to be considered out so that I can find someone just to hold on my roster for a little bit for next week. Might as well just start thinking ahead, right? It's what I try to do every week is try to look ahead and, see what I can do with week 8. If there's anybody on the wire that I can use or, hope someone has a good game to grab them. So I was going to be playing Nick Folk. Looks like he's going to be out today. Oh, it looks like he is still questionable, so I'm not going to play a guy that's hurt over a guy that I know is going to be out there. Just looking for anything right now. My team is pretty banged up. Not going to lie. I also got Dawson Knox that I got to worry about. Got a bunch of guys, but the one thing about Yahoo I hate, they label him as doubtful and they don't put him as out, and he'll be out for 3 weeks. So it's a little frustrating. But it is what it is. We got to play with the cards we're dealt, right? Hopefully we can get some, hopefully I can get some, lottery tickets today. So just to go through the actives and inactives today. Active, we have A.J. Brown and Julio Jones. They're going to both be active. Antonio Gibson, he will be active. But like I said, play him with some caution. Evan Ingram, Darius Slayton, they will be active for today for the Giants. Unfortunately, inactive is Sterling Shepard, Ramondre Stevenson for the Patriots, and Devontae Parker. They will all be out today. So be aware of that. I'm going to just double check some of my other inactives and actives just to kind of get an idea of what teams are doing today and who they have active and not active on both sides of the ball, just so that we can, I like to look at both sides, see what, teams have and don't have so that you can kind of know where to target. It looks like Atlanta is going to be short 3 cornerbacks, or no, that's 2, but still, they're going to be down. It looks like a bunch on their defensive side. It looks like Dante Fowler is going to be out as well for Atlanta. So I feel a little more confident with my Dolphins. Just hearing about that type of news, Dante Fowler is actually a force. Mike Pennell is actually really good in the middle. He will, at least if he's in with Grady Jarrett, that makes it a little bit tougher. But since I know he's out, I feel a little bit better about Gaskin. Doesn't mean that I'm going to, be comfortable playing him, but I feel a little bit better about it. Jets have Tevin Coleman out, Tyler Kroft, we already knew, CJ Mosley. So all those the running backs that are for the Patriots. I'm still trying to understand why they put Ramondre Stevenson as inactive. I guess they feel more comfortable with Brandon Bolden running the ball. So we'll see. Logan, what's going on, man? With Ramondre out, is Bolden worth considering against the Jets? I think so. I mean, he's their pass catching option. He's in a really good matchup. I mean, anyone against the Jets is worth playing, in my opinion. So I would, if you're in a real big bind, I think in my listener league, I have that option right now of playing. Like I have to play. I have that. Oh, I have to take Shepard out of one of my lineups anyway now. And I'm unfortunately having to play Corey Davis because I have no other choice. But I feel better with that. So, yeah, Bolden is definitely worth considering. Bolden or Michael Carter? That's actually a really good. They're probably like back-to-back in my rankings. I'm going to go with Carter just for more guaranteed touches compared to Bolden. I just feel more comfortable with Carter, even though they're going to be down. I feel a little bit better. Christian asks, better for Gaskin now. I'm curious. It's Gaskin or Collins. I don't know, man. Weird. I agree. Yeah, I think we're all in a bad way. No problem. I'm here to help you out as best I can. So hopefully, yeah, I like Michael Carter better just for guaranteed touches. Christian's wondering for Gaskin. I feel more confident with seeing the inactives, but doesn't mean it's going to actually work out the way I wanted to. I thought that the other week when Gaskin, I thought he was going to do well and he got a point. So I can't trust it. It's so hard to trust Gaskin lately and in general. I mean, I don't really trust Collins going against the New Orleans defense, who is actually pretty good against the run. So if you're choosing between Gaskins and Collins, I'm going to go Gaskin just because Collins is hurt and Gaskin isn't. And I'd rather play someone that's healthy than not. So we'll see. What's going on, Dave? Welcome. I don't know if I've seen your name before. Logan as well. I don't know if I've seen your name before, but it's okay. I'm glad you guys are here with me. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm here every Sunday, 11 o'clock. So hopefully you guys can check us out. Better options, Ekamis, or no, I'm on to say Brown or Zach Ertz. I'm going to go with Ertz here. Better matchup. I know he's with a new team. He might not get as much run as people think, but I do think that he will, he's going to a really good system. So at least that's something to, like. There are a lot of cooks in the kitchen. I honestly don't think that St. Brown will do well against a really good Rams secondary. Um, and as much as it's a revenge game for Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff, I don't, I don't see good things for that game. So I would stick with Ertz. Logan is asking, any thoughts on monsoon situation? So from what I hear, it's 100%, precipitation with, it's going to be in the 60s with 20-mile-an-hour winds. Most of the time in those situations, you stick with the running backs and the short options. So in this particular case, you're going to be playing Jonathan Taylor. You're going to be playing. You could play Nyheim Hines, even though he's not really a between the tackle guy. But it looks like more than likely this is going to be more of a dump off game where, you're going to dump the ball off in the flat and you're not going to go upfield as much. So all your downfield options might be tough. Guys like Michael Pittman might be a little bit harder to trust today. I'm not playing. Oh, I have to play Pittman, but if I had a better choice, I would. This week, you kind of have to play everybody you got. You kind of just have to go and see what happens. That's currently what I'm doing, what I have to do. So for this particular scenario, you're playing the running backs there. Hasty's going to be active for San Francisco. I feel comfortable with him. He's going to be kind of like the Nyheim Hines of that particular group, just because Elijah Mitchell is down, that downhill runner. So for me, the running back options for that game might be the better option, but also no, where there's rain, everything is slick, could mean fumbles. So you might not get the huge, the best production, but it's better than most. They're still going to have to throw the ball, but I think they're going to throw short intermediate routes, with slants and, out routes and stuff like that. So rolling with Carolina's defense against the Giants, but was considering the San Francisco defense because of the mud ball. Yeah, that game is going to be a lot lower scoring than something like the Giants game. I'm sticking with Carolina, unfortunately. I am a Giants fan for those who do not know me. I don't like playing teams against my team, but I have no choice here. I don't trust the defense, or I don't trust the offense. I do trust Carolina's defense to do well, unfortunately. So I'm more comfortable using Carolina, but if it's going to be mud bowls or rain games, don't always become low scoring, as we saw with Tampa Bay a few weeks ago. So it could go either way for either team. So, oh, nice. Logan, that's great to hear. I'm glad I finally get another Giants fan in here. If you haven't watched the show, I have Dustin and Frank, who are both Cowboy fans that just gang up on me. I only have very few Giants fans. Lax Pro, who's Christian, he is a Giants fan as well. So thankfully, I have two more big Giants fans in here this morning. So that's great to see. Dave, we got Devontae Booker or James Carter. I'm going to stick with James Carter here. James Conner. You're good with him. Houston is a horrible defense. He is the goal line guy, and he's the clear goal line guy. So I would definitely be sticking with James Conner in this particular game. I know that he's the number 2, but he will do better than someone like Booker, in my opinion. I like Booker, but he's not. I think that what's going to happen is they're going to be in negative game script, and it will be a little bit tougher. James Conner is guaranteed more goal line, and they're going to be running up that score. So no problem, brother. Anytime. And then, like Christian said, sadly. So we got Michael Carter or McKissick, full PPR. So what's going on, Haas? I'm going to go with McKissick here. I do think that with Antonio Gibson being injured, we're going to see a lot more from someone like McKissick. I think they're going to have no better option in this particular scenario. So, they have James Patterson who, could help, but he's more of he's more of a between the tackle guy, and McKissick will catch it. But both are tough options, but I'm going to stick with McKissick for this particular option. So we got about an hour and 10 minutes till game time. We got another 40 minutes with me. So make sure you guys throw your questions in. Anything you guys want to talk about, I'm here. We have the actives and inactives rolling through at the bottom here. So make sure you guys check those out. Those are the ones that are, what we're looking at right now. Like I said, Ramondre Stevenson is out for the Patriots. That's kind of a big deal. A lot of people were actually thinking he was going to play since he's been playing the last few weeks. I'm a little surprised by that. So I'm glad we kind of know about it ahead of time. This would kind of be a big blow if they were playing at 4:00. It looks like a couple of their defensive options are hurt as well, so that might be a closer game than we think. Ooh, I got to do my picks. Didn't even do that today. Behind, man. Doing all this stuff. Helping you guys, forgetting to do my own stuff. But like I said, that's what we're here for. I'm here to help you guys. I'm not really here for me. I'm here for you. So we got a lot of crazy games that are going to be out today. One I'm looking forward to is Chiefs Titans. Just watch Derrick Henry do his thing. The Bengals game I'm really looking forward to. So what do you think is the upside play? Higgins or Julio? Ooh. Not Julio. I just don't trust him. They're both hurt in a way, Higgins with the shoulder. I think that the Bengals are going to be in a game script that is going to need to pass it. I think that they're going to try. I think what's going to happen is they're going to try to keep Lamar off the field by running the ball. And then they're going to it's either going to go up or down, but they have to rely on Joe to throw more than 40 times a game, and especially in this game. So I feel a lot more comfortable with Higgins. I think teams are going to try to sell out to stop, Derrick Henry, but as we've seen, it doesn't work. You can put the whole team in the box and it won't matter. Julio is, as we saw in the last two games, he can make great catches, but unfortunately he'll make the one good catch and then he's out for the whole game. So I don't feel comfortable with him. I think more upside for this particular situation is Higgins, just because he's a lot healthier. He's in a good system that passes the ball. I'm going to just stick with Higgins. Like I said, we know how much they run the ball, in Tennessee, and I'm guessing that continues. And I'm glad that it continues. I have Henry on one of my teams. I'm very happy with that. So I think the biggest games that we're going to be watching today are those late game windows, which, Vegas keeps seeing as blowouts. Rams favored by 15, Cardinals by 17.5, and Bucks by 12. Those are huge spreads that it's just so rare to see these days. But we've seen those spreads before and teams covering. So it should be an interesting situation. I think one of the boldest takes I can make today is hopefully Jalen Hurts can be out of the top 10. But every week always just ends up being there. He's a really bad real-life quarterback, but a really good fantasy quarterback. He's, I think, QB 5 or 6 based on your league settings. He is incredibly consistent lately, and it's kind of scary. So we'll have to wait and see. I have to make my Picks against the spread right now, not liking any of them. The Texans game is a tough one. You know, some of them I feel like they're going to be up, but some of them I don't feel like they're going to be up that much. I do like some teams more than others with this particular scenario, but we'll see. They're talking about a lot with Darren Waller, saying he doesn't feel great. So I would definitely prepare for him to be out. If you're not feeling great, even though if you're a team guy, they won't know till warm up. So I would definitely have someone available. As we saw with Sterling Shepard, he was questionable leading up till game time. Doesn't mean he's going to play. Other guys as well. So always have a backup option. I tried giving you guys a few options if you're Darren Waller dependent. Like I said, you got guys like Cole Kmet that's out there, OJ Howard, Cameron Brate, Jordan Atkins, Ross Dwelly, Mo Alley Cox, Jordan, Jack Doyle, and Jawan Johnson. Just a few names to throw out there if you need any help for this afternoon. So hopefully you don't need help. Hopefully you're just ready to go. You have your team set up. Like me, I have no other better options in some leagues. I kind of just have to roll with what I got. It's better than dropping the players I have that are currently on the bench. So hopefully you guys aren't in that particular situation. I don't like being in that scenario. I don't think a lot of people enjoy being a part of that type of scenario. So, all right, picks are in, all set, ready to go. Just need to make a few adjustments for my team. Make sure I'm all set for the games going on. Just realized Ricky Steels-Jones is available, but I'm not going to play him. No kicker. Do not use kickers in that San Francisco Indianapolis game. Not worth your time if you're playing a kicker. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Let's see who's available in my league. You know what? I'm going to pick up Hasty. You never know what's going to happen. Never know. Anyway. Also, if you guys are looking for DFS plays, reach out. Let me know. Ask me if you have any of those. I like doing DFS just as much as I like doing regular fantasy. I'm in a few leagues that I like doing DFS in, and we'll play DFS all the time. I'm actually going to, you know what? We have a few minutes. I'm going to set up a DFS lineup with you guys here. You guys can help me out, setting a lineup if you'd like. Can't put it on the screen, unfortunately, because I'm always going to get in trouble with that, which I've learned from past experiences. But I'm going to just set up a general lineup. Not a lot of money, just worth it. So we're going to start with QBs. Right now, some of the cheapest options out there: Derek Carr, Matt Ryan, Joe Burrow, Tua, Daniel Jones, Tyler Heineke. If you're looking to go the low end of the spectrum compared to paying up for Patrick Mahomes, who's going to be at, for FanDuel, it's 8,800. I think I'm going to stick with someone a little bit lower on the totem pole. I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers just because he's 7,900. I'm going to pair him up with the highest option, unfortunately, is Devontae Adams, who is $9,000 for the Green Bay Packers. I like also going right into my defense, setting that up real quick. I'm going to go with the Rams. Just because I've been playing Arizona everywhere else. Running backs, you can't not play Derrick Henry, even though he's $11,000. And they have Christian McCaffrey in here for 10, and he's on IR. Never understood that. I'm going to go with Derek here, which is going to kind of lower my options going down the list, which I am okay with. So since I paid up for Derrick Henry, I kind of have to lower my expectations for my running backs and go with someone a little bit more viable. I'm going to go with Devontae Freeman just because he's $5,700. That's not bad for this particular situation. So I'm going to stick with him. For wide receiver, I'm going to have to kind of go down the list a little bit just because I spent up a little bit on the other guys. I'm going to go with Robert Woods. I want to go with Kupp, but I can't really play Kupp and Henry unless I want to play literally nobody. But I might have to switch that up based on how my team makeup is at this point. I'm going to try to pick a tight end right now. I guess the best option money-wise is Zach Ertz. Why not? 5,300, and why not? That leaves me with very low options with I have 4,700 for two positions, which kind of stinks. So you got to you're down at the bottom of the barrel here. Guys like Scotty Miller, Isaiah Ford. I mean, come on. It is what it is. Jodeci, what's going on, brother? Guys, final decision. A.J. Dillon or Mitchell at running back 2. I'm going to stick with Mitchell. He's more guaranteed. They're going to be running it a ton. I don't mind the Dillon pick, but prefer Eli Mitchell out of that, particular group. Dillon could have a game though. They have a rough defense out in Washington as of late, which is a little disturbing to know. If he's eating into the targets, is this PPR? Because I'm not really worried about targets. I'm more worried about the touches. I think that Mitchell will have plenty of touches, even though Hasty's out there. If it's PPR and you're looking for more, the way I'm going to put it, a safer floor is Mitchell. Okay. So the safer floor is Mitchell. The biggest ceiling is Dillon. So if you're looking for a big game that you need a lot of points, or you're like looking for a big shot, Dillon's your answer. Mitchell is more, you're going to have that safe 8 to 10 points or something like that. So I'm not really worried about the targets eating into it a little bit. He's more of a, steady runner. Like I said before, it's going to be a crap weather game out in San Francisco. So I feel like, they're going to be running the ball a ton. But I feel like they're going to be doing that in Green Bay as well, because 1, they're home, 2, they're facing Washington football team who's beat up right now. I just feel that they might be in a situation where they have no choice but to run it. So maybe Dillon's not a bad option either. So like I said, A.J. Dillon's more of the ceiling. Mitchell's more of the floor. So it's based on what you're looking for. Let me see. I'll roll. Oh, if you have, yeah, why not? Yeah, start Dillon. They're home. I didn't know you had Jones too. I'm fine with running both of them. They're both pretty productive. So good luck there. I'm glad that I was able to help you out with that. And yes, they are home. They're facing Washington. So give it a go. Hopefully, let us know how that turns out for you. Dillon is definitely a better option to me, but Mitchell isn't a bad pick either. So you're in a good spot right there. Not a problem. That's what I'm here for, man. We're here to talk and get you guys set up for your leagues. Make sure you guys have your lineup set. I got to do a little bit of adjusting in my DFS lineup that I'm doing right this minute, just so that I have better options at wide receiver, because I have to go kind of near the bottom of the barrel using the top options that I did before. Might go Mac. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So I got a 5,200 to go. I'm going to use Mac Hollins, who's actually been pretty decent for the Miami Dolphins. He's sneakily been very good lately. So I'm going to use him as a flyer. And now that I know that Slayton is out, I'm going to use Dante Pettis, unfortunately. But I'm not playing with a lot there. I'm not even using cash for that particular lineup. I'm just kind of throwing a lineup out there, seeing if it does well. So we'll see how that goes. My money lineups are a little bit different. I have those a little bit higher. You know, I'm running Josh Jacobs and Darrell Henderson in one. I prefer using guys like Henry as much as possible. They'll get you way higher than most, but you're spending a ridiculous amount of money to get those types of guys. So we got about another 25 minutes till I wrap it up and we get ready for our week 7 matchups. So if you have any questions, anything you guys need, please let me know. I'm here. Please just send me your questions and I'll do my best to give you the best answer I can. So who are you more comfortable with, Drake or Bolden with Stevenson out? Who are they playing? And they're home. Drake's home. New England. Bolden. I don't mind Bolden, but I think he came in hurt. I think Drake is actually healthy, so I'm going to stick with Drake for this particular question. I like Drake's availability. They use him. They switch him in and out. He's usually one of the better backs when it comes to how they're playing. I think with Waller out, he'll be more of a target guy. So I feel a little bit better with Drake than I do Bolden. Doesn't mean that I wouldn't play Bolden, but I think that Drake is the better option here. So it's a little weird that Stevenson is out. So I'll definitely give you that. I think a lot of us were very shocked to see that today. So just looking at my lineups, just disappointed. Disappointed in my lineups. I don't know why Mac Collins isn't. Jonah, what's going on, man? Yeah. I think it hurts a lot for everybody. Being, like I said, being a Giants fan, it hurts. But being a fantasy owner of Sterling Shepard, I've been waiting to find my wide receiver 2 that can be consistent, and he's the guy. And just stinks. I need a huge game from Callaway and Kamara. That could happen. Kamara is Kamara, and Callaway's going to be fine. We heard that Deontay Harris is going to be out for that game. So since he's out, that means more targets for Callaway. They don't really have anyone else. So that could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing. Seattle's defense is very bad. So, yeah, good luck there. Hopefully you're getting through this by NATO like everyone else. Does Drake have PPR upside at all with Jacobs reverting up the engines last 2 games or revving up the engines? Honestly, I like Drake. I've always been a fan of him. I think he has the ability. I mean, let me take a second to look up some of his stats just to kind of get a better idea. I mean, he scored 20 points last week against Denver. He had a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown, had 2 targets. His numbers look great from what I can see here. So let me just take one look at his snap count just to double check my thought process here. There he is. So he's running. Oh, this is the wide receivers. Hold on one sec. Just need to switch up my stuff. Sorry, I got a ton of stuff up trying to help you guys. I always have about 10 different things available to me. So it looks like they're running him about 28% of the snaps, roughly. I mean, he gets run when he's out, and it looks like, Jacobs definitely takes the upper hand, but I think Drake has a better upside, I guess, if you want to put it that way. With Bolden, the issue with Bolden to me is how much they're going to utilize him. I mean, for the numbers that I got here, he's basically in the same category as Drake. I mean, he ran 11 he was in for 11 snaps last week, which was down from the week before, but Ramondre Stevenson took up 18 carries from that, so it might even out a little bit this week. It didn't say that JJ Taylor wasn't active, so maybe he's there and eats into it a little bit. I just like Drake because it's more guaranteed to me. They use him. He's utilized in the passing game too. I just feel more comfortable with him. I think Washington's head is in there. Not sitting Antonio Gibson. With that said, how much do you think he'll play? Other option is dropping Anderson. And then I'm assuming Anderson meaning Robbie Anderson. So let me just look again at what they used him last week. Last week, you saw J.D. McKissic get 36 snaps compared to Gibson's 23. So they're not using him as much. I do think it's silly that they haven't just given him a week off. He's probably pushing the play, which is my guess. And I don't blame him. A lot of these guys, they want to be out there. That's how they make their money. But like I said, he was playing just under 50% of the snaps last week, and that's because he got hurt during the game, which could happen in this game. So I would be a little bit worried about it. I wouldn't. I mean, I feel a lot more comfortable dropping Robbie Anderson these days, but in a game like today, I would not drop him. Going against us, we're actually viable. Our defense isn't really good. On the back end, so I feel a lot more comfortable playing Gibson, and hopefully they use him more at the goal line and use McKissic in between, which I doubt, but we'll have to wait and see. So I have to do some adjustments real quick to my particular lineups. If you guys have any questions, please throw them out there. I hope that was helpful for you guys. Hopefully we can see. Oh, Patrick. What's going on, Patrick? Nice to meet you. I probably have seen your name up here once or twice. But if I haven't, make sure you like and subscribe. The show and the channel. We're here Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and today. So we got Chase, Edmonds, or Mooney. Buys are killing me. Aren't they all? I'm going to go with Chase Edmonds here. Just more guaranteed. They're going to be in a better game script. I like Mooney, but I prefer Chase. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. We all appreciate that very much. We're trying to grow this thing and make it better. Helping you guys out with everything you can, possibly ask for. Trying to just do everything. There's one of our CEOs right there helping us out right there. Anthony, waking up late. Yeah. So yes, the one problem with Chase is Connor kills him in the end zone. He's basically out. He doesn't have any touchdowns right now. So he has to rely on getting a long touchdown. but he has more upside to me than Mooney does. As much as Mooney has a really good matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucks, who are weak at wide receiver, I just don't trust I don't trust Justin Fields yet. He hasn't shown anything, so I haven't. I just don't trust it. You can't go with something you don't trust. I just trust Edmonds more. I like the offense better. He'll do better for you compared. So that's just my opinion. Jodeci asking flex PPR Patterson or Waddle. Ooh, good options to have. I'm going to stick with Patterson. Worse defense, or playing a worser defense, used a lot, coming off the bye. So Anthony's telling Neanderthal, Droppy Anderson. I will always call him that for now. Okay. I didn't really notice that when you put it in there, but I'm playing Gibby over Droppy. So Anthony will tell you to do the same. Just because he loves Antonio Gibson. Patrick giving us the thumbs up. Thanks, Ben. I appreciate it. Like I said, we're here Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday nights. We're also here Sunday morning. So check out the guys. They're usually here 9:30 Pacific on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm here with you guys on Friday and Sunday mornings. Friday night, Sunday morning. So Jodeci is starting Droppy Anderson over Boyd in one league. Is that a mistake? I don't think it's a mistake. I think it's an okay option. Boyd is kind of the safer floor compared to Robinson. So if you're looking for a big game, I'm sticking with Robbie. If you're looking for more a consistent floor, I would go with Boyd. In ESPN, they have Boyd and Anderson literally back to back. So I just feel a little bit more comfortable with. I feel more comfortable with Boyd, in my opinion, just because, like I said, he's safer. He's more if it's PPR, I'm more inclined to say Boyd. If it's standard or half point, I think I'd still stay Boyd. So you might want to switch that out, but that's just my opinion. If you feel like Robbie's more like I said, Robbie's a downfield stretcher, even though last year he was a PPR option. I don't understand what changed in that offense to make him less a PPR option, but I don't know. I don't know it might be Sam Darnold. That he just likes DJ Moore and he targets him pretty a lot more than Robbie. So I'm gonna go with Boyd here. I like Tyler Boyd a lot. I really do. So we got another 40 minutes till kickoff. We got another 10 minutes for me to be here. So make sure you guys ask your questions now while you have an opportunity. I'm here for you guys, so I'm going to stay as long as you need me. Like I said, actives and inactives are down below. Make sure you guys check them out. Make sure you guys are aware of them while we're going. Sorry. So I need to just make a couple of adjustments on my rankings, just taking some guys out. So bear with me 1 second. I apologize. I'm keeping an eye on everything. Don't you worry. I won't miss any of your questions. Just making sure I have all my ducks in a row. So okay. Well, to make you feel a little bit better about if you had to pick between the Mooney pick, I'm looking here at a stat. Apparently, Mooney leads the team in wide receiver stats for the team, more than Allen Robinson. So if you do have Mooney, good for you. I wish I had him. I do like Mooney quite a bit compared to a lot of other guys. But for that particular question that we had before about Mooney and Chase Edmonds, I'm still sticking with Chase Edmonds. Neanderthal, as much as I feel worried about it, I would still flex Gibson over Anderson. Could be wrong, and he may leave early, but it's a great matchup. I agree. You got to play Gibson. Robbie Anderson, like I said, is a deep threat. It's hard to trust. He's not guaranteed compared to somebody that like Gibson who will get the ball. So I feel just more confident with him than I would anyone else. So sorry about this. Just like I said, just trying to get my ducks in a row. We need to have our lineups in. So Anthony, get your rankings in if you haven't. Wake up. Make sure you put on a little makeup. No, I thought that was fun. Yeah. So make sure you guys have your lineup set. I don't know why it's not letting me submit them. I thought I took out Ramondre Stevenson. He is no. Oh, there he is. His name is so long you can't even have his name in there. Yeah, Dante Pettis is a weirdly weird option. 11 targets last week. Yeah, he's not bad. I don't know. I tell people not to fall into the trap. I'm playing him in DFS more than I would be playing him in a real lineup. That's just me. Yeah. So Patrick is asking, I have Samaje Perine sitting on the bench, but Mixon so injury prone, I'm afraid to drop him. I agree with you. I'm in the same exact boat. I am playing Mixon and I have Perine on my bench just sitting there. I don't feel comfortable dropping him because I don't want someone else to pick him up so that I at least have an option for him. But the problem is if I don't want to lose out on someone else because of that. So if there's a better option out there for you that you can do it. But Samaje, I understand completely. I'm in the same exact boat you are. I just dropped Chris Evans for who did I pick up? Christian Kirk, just so that I had a better option this week. You have to do what you have to do to make sure you have a good lineup. For this week, keep him. Just wait week to week for now, but if you have to drop him later, drop him. Yeah, just added him, found out I'm still starting Stevenson in one league. Yeah, you got to kind of switch that out now. So make sure you guys are checking that out. Make sure you guys are looking all over your leagues. If you're in a huge amount of leagues, before I started doing this, I was only in 2. So now I'm in quite a few with 4. So Anthony's saying Green Bay is 15th in fantasy points allowed to the running back, non-PPR. They give up an average of 18.5 fantasy points per game to the position. Between him and McKissick, one of them will do well, and I agree. So Neanderthal says, thanks. I have Droppy Anderson on 2 teams, forced to play him in one, and don't want to risk playing him on both teams. I don't blame you. Patrick saying, yes, I had 2. I have second waiver pick and was able to scoop up Dearness Johnson. Oh, good for you. What a great grab. But he probably won't last long with Chubb and Hunt. Yeah, honestly, I like Dearness a tad more just because we know Hunt's going to be out for 5 weeks. And even with Hunt coming back, he still will have run. And as you saw, he is a great running back. I do like the Dearness Johnson a lot. I was a little upset I didn't get to pick him up. So definitely hold on to him for the time being, for sure. Samaje Perine, you can definitely drop at one point, but for now, he's worth holding on to. Droppy Anderson nickname is real. It is. But last year, we weren't saying that, and through the draft season, we weren't saying that either. It's incredible how much how the guys that we were drafting so high and wanted so much are not doing a damn thing today. So, so like I said, I usually have up all my stuff. They're talking about guys like Tyler Johnson on the Tampa Bay Bucks, who played 16% of the offensive snaps last week. I like Tyler Johnson. He's a very underrated player that people are unaware of. Dynasty, he's a really good option if you need someone, just a nice, end of the year guy when all your other, options are hurt. Just because it's just how things go. So just doing one more quick check on the weather out there. I like making sure all these particular things. Yeah, it looks like the biggest thing is the San Francisco game. Yeah, you like it, right? Yeah, we saw this on Friday, decided to try it out. I hope you like it. It looks good. I switched it up in the middle of the thing. I know you're not here to talk about it, but I can talk to you here. We don't got a lot of people going on, but I was able to switch it up. Had both going, so we can play with that. We'll have that available for you guys. Really happy that we're learning a lot more about the platform we use so that we can, have more available for you guys so that we don't have to focus on it as much. You guys can come in, sit down, relax for a minute. You can ask us our questions, but you can see all this stuff below so that you guys can, go by that. And I don't have to focus on it so much. So just getting ready for game time. We got 3 minutes till we start shutting it down. So make sure you guys get your questions in. Like I said, I'm here for you guys. I'm going to be here until you guys don't want me here. So definitely will want to make sure you guys can get all your, questions answered. Actually, what I wanted to do is look for next week. One thing that you guys should always be doing is looking for the week prior, even before the game sets up. Oh, I'm getting a call from somebody. I'll have to wait a couple minutes. So, yeah. Actually, I might start wrapping this up. I don't see any more questions. I got my dad calling me, asking me some stuff. So thanks, Ant. I really appreciate it. I know that if you were awake, I'd be here, and talking it up with me. So don't worry. I appreciate that. I appreciate everything you guys have done for me and made it possible for me to be somewhere where I am today, helping everybody out. So make sure you guys set your lineups. Good luck to everybody. Oh, of course, man. I try hard. Yeah, thanks, Patrick. We're here, like I said, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday night, 9:30 Pacific. I'm here with you on Friday nights with Anthony. We do start sit, and then on Sunday morning we're here at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. Yeah, man, got some sleep in this morning. Yeah. You better enjoy it. Shoot. I don't even get to sleep. But it's all good. Anytime, Neanderthal. Glad to be here. Good luck with your teams, and good luck during this Binado. Hopefully next week you guys have better options and everything works out. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Like I said before, if you haven't already, I know a lot of you have, but make sure you like and subscribe to the show. And yeah, I guess I'm out of here, and we'll see you next week. Later.